What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Angry Spud. In today's Spud Reacts, we are headed to the country of Japan, where the Oriental Pearl is going to show us and tell us why Japan's homeless are nothing like your country. Now, I'm super excited about this video. I'm not sure what it's going to entail, obviously about Japan's homeless, but it was very interesting when I stumbled upon it. I know that homelessness is a huge deal here in the US. It's everywhere. And when you do see it, it oftentimes entails drug addiction as well. So I'm very curious to see how Japan handles this situation. So let's dive in.
I'm Japanese and I'm homeless. So I was working at a real estate company for 5 years before, but I'm like working hard, but my income is so low.
There's a lot more homeless people in Japan than Japan actually admits to. You're not counted in the government statistics either. You don't exist.
Right.
I do know that's a thing too. A lot of statistics are very, very, very skewed. Like, it's astronomically skewed. So you never really get a great interpretation of what the problem actually is. And that's with anything. It's not even just with homelessness. It could be literally anything.
As a country with 125 million people, Japan boasts one of the lowest rates of homelessness in the world, 0%, which makes it seem as if Japan has solved the problem of homelessness entirely. That is, until you look a little bit closer. There are some 15,000 young people that are living in internet cafes that do not have an address and do not live anywhere.
Oh, you could live in that? An internet cafe? I did not know that.
Villages of homeless people that are evicted from the major cities and forced further and further out. We found thousands of these people, shockingly young, along the riverbanks of the Tama River outside of Tokyo, living in the worst conditions you could imagine.
Man, this is like something out of a horror story.
This is a side of Japan you are not supposed to see. The invisible homeless.
That is kind of sad and depressing at the same time.
Your phone, toothbrush.
This guy is like showing his everyday carry.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
He landed that kickflip or whatever it's called.
So usually this is my setup. I put my skateboard in the side and I use my bag for pillow. And then I have my sleeping bag somewhere. Then I just maybe put on top or just like.
What's this sign right here? I wonder, does anybody that knows Japanese, can they translate what that sign is? Is that just his name or something?
Go like this.
Do you feel safe outside?
You know, it's funny. First, I don't feel safe, and I got used to it already. Once I close this, I can kind of feel like I'm home. I got used to it.
That's so sad.
How long have you been homeless?
1 year and 1 month, yeah.
Why are so many young Japanese people suffering right now?
You know, we have to work hard for like a low income. So I was working at a real estate company for 5 years before, and I got depressed, like utsubyo is depression, yeah. And the older people keep telling me, you know, you're too weak, and then they telling me about their story, that they used to work so hard and they're still happy and energetic, but I feel like they get a lot of income at the same time. So you're motivated. I feel like I'll be the same, right? If I keep getting big income and then work hard, I don't mind, I feel like, but I'm like working hard, but my income is so low, and that doesn't match the motivation. So I think that's why my personal experience, I feel like that's why a lot of young people is stressed.
There has been
I will say his English is very, very good. It's, I would say, like phenomenal in a sense. But I mean, that's what's expected from other countries. They just know English so well.
no increase in the Japanese average income in the last 30 years. In fact, it's kind of gone down. So you're working just as hard for less money. Nobody can really buy a house. They're all renting. They're all paying high amounts for the deposit. They're all working a lot of hours, maybe 6 days a week. It's hard for young people in Japan right now.
I'm like, should I quit and find new job or go all in on YouTube? And then, yeah, and then I just went all in on YouTube. So I'm doing skateboard YouTube channel, right? And I thought after I skate across Japan, I think everything's gonna go good, but it didn't go good. Yes, yeah.
That's a
I'm
feat,
still
though.
Homeless. Yes, I thought 100,000 followers, you're like stable YouTuber, but apparently it's not.
Without a house, how do you stay clean? How do you shower? How do you brush your teeth?
In Japan, we have this thing called internet cafe, netto cafe, and they're kind of cheap too. You know, you get unlimited drink and you get free shower, and it's like maybe if it's only for 30 minutes, it's like 600 yen, something like that.
Today the weather's nice, but what do you do when it rains?
Sometimes tent at like a city hall. There's like a little roof in the entrance. So, but that one I have to like go there after it's closed, maybe around like, I'll go there like around 9 or 10 and then leave like 4 or maybe 3 in the morning.
You're dealing with heat, you're dealing with bugs, you're dealing with cold, you're dealing with dogs walking around your tent.
People too, yes.
That's scary, that's scary.
And the summer, what I hate too is there's so many mosquitoes. And when you
oh my
just
gosh,
have
that's the
one
worst.
mosquito in your tent, you can hear that, the kind of sound. You can't sleep too. You get like a minor heat stroke in the morning. You get like little headache. And then you just cannot sleep. Is like I'll be like pretty like literally naked inside, but like I still sweat. Like the inside is like moist.
Humid.
Humid.
You can always put on more clothes in the winter, but you can't take anything off when you're down to nothing, and then you're just hot and there's no air conditioner.
Yes.
It's hard enough trying to survive this sweltering Japanese summer, going between camping outside and resting in manga cafes, but we also met much longer-term homeless people by the Tama River, living deep within the woods in some of the most shocking conditions you can imagine.
I bet she's like scared for real.
I hear the sound of a TV. Somebody's got a TV.
Well, these
back
people
there.
actually got like houses, kind of in a sense.
This is kind of crazy. There's laundry over here. This looks really organized.
Yeah, the Amish do that too. They're always hanging their stuff out. I actually think that's the best way to dry your stuff. It's like more natural.
Look at how organized this is.
Wonder what that
Oh,
is.
they've got an entire farm.
This is a nice little neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
Konnichiwa. It's like, hey, can we bug you and can we bug you and have you talk to us about how homeless you are?
Some of the people back here have been here for over 20 years. They were exiled
Holy
from Tokyo and
goodness.
forced to move further out of the city, where they now grow their own food, they fish in the river, and they wash their clothes there. And none of these people are counted as homeless in the government statistics. They don't exist.
That's why. I wonder how you get banned from, I guess, like civilization. Like, what do you have to do?
Whoa,
Are they criminals
spider.
or something?
What? It's a giant spider web. Man, this is like something out of a horror story. Don't be going back here alone.
I did not sign up for snakes or spiders. Wow.
95
What does it
degrees
say?
outside right now. Can you imagine living out here? No shower, no running water. They're in their 80s living out here. And they've been out here for at least 15 years, at least since the Japan Kingdom builders started this program. It's just crazy. They built themselves an entire farm on this land. It's kind of crazy.
And for Japanese homeless people that have escaped being evicted from the city, the situation downtown wasn't much better.
I definitely would rather probably live out in the woods. So over here you have all the
tourists lined up to go up to the government building in Shinjuku. And they probably have no idea that right next to them is a giant line of 200 people for free food. They probably think
like
this is some kind of event.
Like a
it's
food
not.
pantry type deal or something?
It really feels like we've gone to the city's underground. On top of us there's the government building and all the high-ranking government officials, and now we are down in the bowels of the city where they're handing out free food to people struggling. And then you have a mix of tourists that are here just not really knowing what's going on, and they see a big line of 200 people. They probably have no idea they're giving out free food. Because of course, hey, there's no poverty in Japan, right? But I just feel like most people don't think that there's no poverty like anywhere. I think that most people do think that some percentage there is poverty in literally every country, with some countries everything being poverty. I think that's just kind of how it is. This video to point out that what you see is probably not what you think it is. In a lot of cases, especially around downtown Shinjuku, various parks, there's quite a lot of homeless people, and some of them I'm shocked to see are very young men, which is concerning because normally it's just elderly men, but there's a lot of young men out here too.
Between the decline in the Japanese economy, stagnant wages, and a rising elderly population that is increasingly dependent on government aid, the future of Japan is not looking very hopeful, especially with the rising number of very young, impoverished people in this country. But just because you can't see it on the surface doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Just like our friend here.
Man.
I didn't see clothes in your bag. How many clothes do you have?
So just one, that one I'm wearing, and just one more.
That's it?
Just two.
That's bare minimum.
Yeah.
Can you imagine doing this at 70?
No.
It's hard enough to do this at 37, but for those guys, we're trying to get them off the streets and into housing, and you can help that. You can help make a difference by making a donation to...
Wait, she said that they're trying to get the other ones off the street, and this guy's like, wait, what about me? I mean, look at him. He's like, come on, get me off the street too. I think they should try to get everybody off the street. That's actually really sad to think about. I mean, I see Japan as more the Asian cultures as more disciplined, I guess you could say. And you wouldn't really think that there's that much homelessness here, but there is, and a lot of people don't know that. And it's kind of sad. I wish there was a time where I could make a difference in a lot of these people's lives, not just in Japan, but like all over the world. I mean, hopefully someday I could do that. So guys, let me know what you think about this video. Do you think homelessness is actually a huge deal or a huge problem in Japan? Or do you know any other countries where the rates are astronomically high? Like, I guess you could say like the US. It's absolutely terrible here. Guys, let me know what you think. But thank you, Oriental Pearl, for that. The link will be in the description if you guys want to watch this video, watch any other videos related to this. But that's all I have for this Spud Reacts, and I'll see you in the next one.